All right, so hi everyone. I'm Cameron. I was the past Lieutenant Governor of Divisions 12 and 13, and this is our membership retention webinar. During this, please feel free to ask any questions in the chat, and please keep your mic and cameras off. Yes, here we go. Okay, can everybody hear me? Good. Okay. So a great way to keep members engaged is through social media, just because it's a great way to communicate, to share information, and it can also be really fun. So what I like to see other Key Clubs do, because I follow a lot of other Key Club accounts, polls, memes, videos. I usually answer the polls. They're a lot of fun. Just like little Key Club trivia. I love Key Club memes. They're one of my favorite things to see on my Instagram. They just pop up. They make my day. So content for your social media can include past and future events, Key Clubber of the Month, which we'll explain later, something that Cam and I's club does, information about district and international projects and service partners, deadlines, dues, elections, and decon registration. All very important things. If Key Clubbers miss a meeting, it's a great way to let them know what's going on so they don't feel like they're missing out. So an important thing about using social media to keep members engaged is keeping it fun. And what I like to use is Canva. If you look on our district social media accounts, Humans of Ned and Ned Key Club. Oh, Cam, can you switch the slide? Thank you. Okay, so as district editor, these were the two accounts that I ran this past year. Humans of Ned is solely focused on the Key Clubbers of our district. At the top three posts, you can see fundraiser of the week, and it's just advertising fundraisers that are good, that are helpful, that have worked for Key Clubs, and they're just cute little posts. I use Canva for most of my posting, just because it's fun. They have a lot of easy templates that you can use. I love using them because you can switch them up, and Canva's really easy for beginners in technology and post making. So it's a good time. And then Ned Key Club is the other part, the dates and the general information, Key Club service partners and everything like that. Okay. Okay, so another good way to keep members and keep them coming to your meetings is to have different meeting styles. So people are definitely more apt to come to your meetings if they're fun and informative and it's not the same boring thing every time. So bringing food can definitely help keep members and get them engaged. And starting off the meeting with some Key Club trivia. We do it at our high school in our club, and people get candy if they get the questions right. And it really helps everyone to like collaborate and see if they know the answers. Also, like Ava had mentioned previously, Key Club memes. We have a meme contest where each person in the club can make a meme and they submit it to our president, and then the whole club votes on them, and the person who wins gets like a prize, like candy or a gift card. It's nice to have different contests that people can do in your club because it can help them really like be engaged and want to do more. It's also good to use a slideshow because it's easy to follow and you can have all the details about events there. And for presidents, it's a lot easier to change week to week or bi-weekly whenever you have your meetings. It's also good to give a recap of past events in your club. You can always ask a Key Club about who went to the event to give a quick recap to help inspire other Key Clubbers to do the event next year or the next time you have it. Also, going over upcoming events can be really helpful. You can also have Key Club participants talk about those events to help inspire people to go and increase the participation in your club. People also do bi-weekly meetings. I know that all of my Key Clubs in Division 12 and 13 have bi-weekly meetings, and this can help accommodate to everyone because for a lot of people with sports and Other clubs, it's easier to put aside one day a week, every other week to have a meeting rather than one day every week.
Okay, so one important thing about that you can use to retain your members is by switching up your service events. If your Key Club does the same service events every year, that might not be a bad thing if they're liked, but it can get sort of boring for Key Clubbers because, oh, we've already done it, so we're not going to do it again. There's no point. So I put some service ideas up here on the slideshow that Cam and I's club does. These are our most popular service events. So number one, we have the all-nighter. This usually involves like 70 Key Clubbers. We love this event. We go and we stay at the community center. It's a rec center, and we stay up all night. We watch movies. We do mini service projects. We play board games. It's a lot of fun, and we raise money by having sponsors sponsor us and donate money for us to stay up all night. I think it's $25 minimum to participate, but it's a lot of fun finding a sponsor and people to donate. And then the event itself is just really fun. Feast of the Valley. This is an event where our Key Club partners with the culinary program at our school. Culinary, they make a ton of food. It's nice food, fancy food. And then the Key Clubbers, we work to sell tickets, which goes to both the culinary program and then our Key Club and our district projects. And then when we've got all the tickets sold and all the food is made, we have a big fancy dinner. Key Clubbers are waiters and waitresses, and they clean tables and stuff. We make our cafeteria into a nice little restaurant, and super cute. And that is also a very big fundraiser for our Key Club. Volunteering at Camp Sunshine is just a really rewarding thing to do. If your Key Club isn't already volunteering at Camp Sunshine, I'd highly recommend it, because Key Clubbers, I don't think any Key Clubber has ever disliked volunteering at Camp Sunshine. It's always super fun, and it's a great way to see what you're fundraising for, where your money is going. So it's very nice. It's a rewarding service event. And then the Camp Sunshine Polar Dip. This one's also really fun. Key Clubbers do it year after year. They just keep going back. Basically, you raise money and then you run into the ocean in January. So it's super freezing, but it's a lot of fun because you get to do it with all your Key Clubber friends, and it's a lot of fun. And then finally, repeat events that work well and boost membership participation. These 4 events, they always get our members excited. We kind of wait for them all year. So I definitely recommend repeating them, but also to switch it up sometimes.
Okay, another good important thing is logging hours. If you really want to help keep your members engaged and have them coming back year and year again, you want to make it easy to log your hours. If it's a really hard process, they're not going to want to do service hours because they're not going to have to log them because it's so hard. A good way to have them is to put your a login form on your website. And if your Key Club doesn't have a website, that's fine. You can send out a Google form to people with all the events and if you did them or not. And it's just a good, easy way to keep everything organized. Also, some of my clubs write on pieces of papers and just have people fill them out every month with the service events that they did. That can sometimes be not as efficient, but I definitely recommend doing a Google form because it's it's definitely the most efficient way to do it, and it's super easy, so your members won't have to be bogged down trying to do a bunch of stuff that they don't really know how to do.
Okay, so a great way to get members involved is by increasing the friendly competition within your club. You can use incentives like gift cards, food. I love food. Food is always a great incentive. And using these incentives, you can get members to either fundraise more or participate more, both, always good. So one thing that we usually provide recognition for is the trick or treat for UNICEF. When you go around with your little orange boxes and you collect change for UNICEF, usually in the month of October. So for the key clubber who, for the first like 5 key clubbers who turn in their full trick or treat for UNICEF box first, they usually get a key club lanyard. Those are a lot of fun. And you can do that with any fundraiser or service project for anything mentioned here. Yeah, that's it.
Okay, so creating more chair positions. So our Key Club, Kenton High School, has a ton of chair positions, and it's a good way to show off everyone's individuality and individual leadership skills. Creating more chair positions can help increase membership involvement. Some of the ones that you could add if you don't already have them are public relations chairs, which are people that, post on the social medias and get your town knowing about what you're doing, and just publicizing everything that you do to your school or to the parents or everywhere, just so everyone knows that your Key Club is active and helping everyone. Also, a fundraising chair is pretty crucial. Our club has one, and it's very good to have a fundraising chair because it's all more organized. It puts a lot less pressure on the president to find different people for fundraising, and it's a lot more organized if you have one person who can make different committees for every fundraiser that you have. And you can also have 2 fundraising chairs because sometimes it can be a lot of work for just one person. Another helpful one is a Kiwanis family chair. It is very important to have K-Fam relations in all of the Kiwanis family and to be involved with Circle K and Kiwanis and K-Kids is super important, and also Builders Club. Our Kiwanis family chair, she helps organize events where we're working with Kiwanis and working with K-Kids, and sometimes together to just help that sense of community. The creation of chair positions, like I said, helps leadership skills, and it helps people feel like they're more part of the club, because not everyone feels that they can be on the e-board, and the chair positions allow for more people to grow in different ways.
Okay, so the visibility of your club is very, very important for recruiting new members and keeping your members, because you don't want your key clubbers to forget about the key club. So a good way to do this is by putting flyers around your school. If your key club has a designated bulletin board, you can put them there. Just and in the halls. And if you want to do a bake sale, sometimes our club does a bake sale at the beginning of the year, and we just hand out flyers so people will want to join Key Club. It's a lot of fun, and we also accept donations, so it's a little bit of a fundraiser too. And another thing you can do is circulate your Key Club's newsletter made by your bulletin editor. You can put it again on your Key Club's bulletin board or in the hall as a poster kind of. And this can tell people about the past events you've done and future events you're doing, in case they're like, oh, that seems really interesting. I wanna join this club because I wanna do this event. So it's a great way to get new members, great way for members to see what your Key Club is doing. They feel recognized. It's very nice. Okay.
Okay, focusing on your Key Clubbers is super important, especially for the e-board, because the general member is what it all comes down to. It's really nice to give recognition to the Key Clubbers who have shown initiative, improvement, or Key Club's core values. Our club does this through Key Clubber of the Month, which is the Key Clubber in each grade who has the most hours at the end of each month. And when we award them by giving them a certificate with their name on it and saying like that they were Key Clubber of the Month and a flatbread gift card that's good for 1 pizza, it also helps increase friendly competition because everyone always wants to get it because it's a pretty awesome award. to anyone. And you can also recognize the Key Clubbers of the Month on your Instagram page, because it can help people who are just following the Instagram to want to get that award as well. And giving out different prizes. So variation in prizes always helps. So it doesn't have to be the same every month. They can be different, and that might help more people want to get it depending on the prize. And featuring Key Clubbers on your Instagram page. Humans of Ned features people all the time. Clubs can send in members that have been doing a great job or that have a lot of service hours, and then we feature them. And you can do the same thing for your club. It doesn't have to be like a Key Club of the Month. It could just be someone who's been doing a lot or has been a really good member to the club. And you can use all of Ava's Canva templates as inspiration and help you make your posts really pretty and awesome like she does. You can also use prompts like favorite service event, favorite Key Club memory, or what does Key Club mean to you, and post members' responses on your Instagram to help circulate more of why they joined, and it might help inspire others to join as well.
Okay, so communication, if it's bad within your Key Club, it can be a deterrent for new members joining or for members staying. So a good way to make sure everything's running smoothly in your club and the members are happy, you can send out a survey. Our Key Club has done it, and just ask about the meeting style, frequency of meetings, favorite service events, and the communication of information in general. Because it's helpful to get feedback from the people who are on the receiving end of most of this stuff, because they usually have a lot of great ideas of how to improve it, and it's helpful for seeing what should be changed. Also, put a list of service events with times and dates on your Key Club's bulletin board, or you can do this on a website if you have a website. Our website has a Google Calendar with all the events and dates, which is very helpful if you're trying to coordinate your schedule. Yeah, that's
it. Okay, and the last thing is Key Club merch. You can design merch for your Key Club, and it helps like people have a sense of camaraderie and belonging. Our Key Club does this, and what we have is we have a competition, so people come up with all their own designs and they submit them, and then we vote on them as a club, and we put it on like everything. This year we did sweatshirts and t-shirts, but you can do hats and lanyards and just about anything you can think of on any website. You can just print your Key Club's merch. And it works as a really great advertisement for your Key Club to gain new members. I know that I saw a bunch of Key Club shirts when I wasn't in it, and I really wanted to join because it was so cool, and like they were all together, and it was Key Club week, and they all the Key Club had shirts on, and like when that happens, you just want to have that sense of belonging with your club, and it leads people to join it and buy your merch. You can also ask members to give input on the design, so you can have like a bulletin editor or like an artistic person in your club make a design. You can have people vote on it, or like I said, you can do a competition with prizes. It doesn't really matter, but lots of people collect Key Club t-shirts. I know I do. I have like 7, and it's really nice, and it helps to keep your club going and see how many shirts people can get and stuff like that. So this is the end of our presentation. We hope you really learned something about retaining your members, and if you have any questions, please put them in the chat and we will answer them for you.
How can you inspire incoming freshmen to join? Well, what I do, or what our club does, is during freshman orientation, we have our own table set up. We hand out little flyers and brochures with just information about Key Club, the benefits of joining Key Club. Yes, definitely advertise the benefits of joining Key Club. Cameron, do you have another response to that question?
Yes, I do. You can also make a video of your Key Club doing service events and at meetings, and you can share with incoming 8th graders. We made a video like this in our committee this year for club building and development, and we sent it to 8th grade key clubs, and we didn't get any responses back, but I know that my clubs have done that and they've gotten more members because I've had some clubs that have had like 10 members and now they have like 50. So it can definitely help advertising your key club throughout the year to the 8th graders so they can think about it more.
Keep members in the club throughout the year. I think this is mostly just keeping your service events fun and changing them up. Make sure it's not just a routine every single year. Um, Cam, do you have another response to this?
Definitely like switching up your meetings. So like the more like fun stuff you have going on, it can help. Like we had a club president that put office memes in on every single slide of every slideshow. And even though it wasn't much, it was always something that was like fun. You like looked at it and it was like, oh, like kind of nice. And it's just like it wasn't the same routine every time because the more repetitive you get, the more people are gonna not want to be there.